Hey, welcome to Wizards Outlook, everyone. We got Raymond Lyons here, Cardo Dudley Jr., and Musa Tarpe Jr. And I talked with you guys a little bit earlier pregame. Told you a couple of things Washington needed to do in this game. One of the things they did not do at all was take care of the ball. Atlanta came into this game averaging 9.2 steals a game. They had 14 steals in this game. Um, went through all the different reasons as to why they needed to take care of the ball. That wasn't done. We saw Jonathan Kaminga in his debut with the Hawks. That's one way to introduce yourself to a new team. Barely missed. That's it, Ray. I just want to get your thoughts on Washington has uh, two games in Atlanta this week, and this was the third of the four matchups in their season series. And this gave Atlanta a 2-1 lead in their series with the win tonight.
Yeah, it, they just got this thing on autopilot at the moment. Just counting down the games to the end of the season. It was another embarrassing loss. You already talked about the turnovers. They got out rebounded 61-41. That resulted in Atlanta getting 23 more field goal attempts. And the score reflected that. It was, yeah, we know what it is. But it's good to see Jonathan Kaminga play basketball, I guess. He had 27, 7, and 4 in 24 minutes. So, yeah, it's just not much to be said, man. The Wizards really didn't do anything right. Uh, it was just one of those games. And they gave up the magic number in the third quarter. The Hawks won the third, 40-21. They pretty much started the game off in dominant fashion, 35-20 after the end of the first quarter. And yeah, the Wizards just never fought back. Um, in the fourth quarter when the Hawks pretty much was in victory formation, they tried to fight to make it semi-respectable, but yeah, we knew what it was. The Hawks was up by almost 40 at one point. So yeah, it is what it is at this point, man.
Curtis?
Everything Ray said, but I mean, Ray said, but the main thing is the Hawks was just a more physical team all night from opening tip till the Wizards basically waved the white flag late in the game. You know, they were still trying to make the score look more respectable than how the game actually was. It just took its toll. Um, when you get outscored 70-57 at bench points, 56-40 in the paint, you turn the ball over 20 times, and other teams score 23 points off of those 20 turnovers. Our rebounded 55-37, out assisted 33-23. I mean, they literally won nothing. At one point, Atlanta was up 38. And, that third quarter was the Jonathan Kaminga show. Let's call it what it was, man. His explosiveness, him eager to get out there and show what he could do in this Hawks debut. And he did that. Out of the 40 points, he scored 18. It gets worse. He scored 18 in 6 minutes in a quarter on 5 of 5 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 from deep, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He did that by himself in that third quarter.
All right,
Hey
so
man, just watch college basketball, see who fit, man. You know,
I mean, it's on the screen, but everybody said the man's name already. It was in the third. You know, we could have titled this Jonathan Kaminga's debut, honestly. So X Factor for you guys.
man. I'm gonna go with NAW Nikhil Alexander Walker. Setting the table 16-5-3. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well. His defense on there, whoever he guarded, but he did a little bit of everything. I like what O'Connell brought as well, man. But I thought NAW kind of just set the tone with the playmaking and just doing an all around thing, making all around impact.
Right.
You on mute.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree with Cardell, man. Yeah, just the overall impact kind of just checked a whole lot of boxes. 4 for 10 from the field, which isn't the best, but it still made an impact. 16, 3 and 5, 2 steals, plus 19 in 25 minutes.
yeah, no argument there. I thought about a Congo, but he didn't shoot the ball efficiently well
Nah,
tonight. So that took him out, like, which is crazy. Like, he shot the ball horribly, still ended up like he flirted with a triple double while missing damn near every shot he took. Like, what was he, 5 for 15? Like, he had a horrible night shooting.
four for 17, but
Okay, I'm
uh,
sorry, even worse.
2 for 7
But
for D. But what if he would have hit those shots? They fixed
that's what, and that's the guy coming into the game. That was one of the guys I mentioned pregame because he's shooting 38 from three this year, and he got open looks. Just missed tonight. But if you shoot that bad and still almost end up with a triple double, like that's just disgusting. You talk about Alexander Walker, shot below his standards. If he shoots up, if he has a typical game, that's a couple more buckets. Like, and they did all this. People didn't shoot well. Jalen Johnson only played 6 minutes in this game. Just wasn't a positive thing on the Washington side at all. And again, like you guys alluded to, we already know what this is about. Like I said, I wish it was like video game. You can hit the button, send the season, and let's get to share where we get want to see the competitive basketball on a regular basis. But again, this was the third game against Atlanta. They got another one in 2 days. They wrap up their season series with Atlanta on Thursday. So we will see you guys then for pregame and outlook. And then Saturday they come back home for a couple games. One on Saturday, one on Monday. Um, so we'll check in with you guys a couple more times. But yeah, shout out to JK. Hell of a debut on his new team. And also Will Riley, the 18 points, really efficient tonight. Credit to him for that. It was really efficient night. But
and
but you know,
and Jameer Champagne, man.
oh, yep,
Like those three guys, if they get enough minutes, they they usually make an impact,
right.
regardless of the outcome. Um, yeah, and they got the Wizards front office got a lot of work to do. That's without being said. So it goes without being said. So we're gonna see the next couple months gonna be uh, very telling going into pre-draft
Mhm.
season. It's gonna be very telling.
Because like you said, you talk about all the work they got to do. Can't get through all that tonight, obviously. But you mentioned these three right here. You're crazy to lose those three out of whatever future rotation you have. Just because of what they bring to the table. Like they play hard, all three of them. Regardless of how they shoot, they always make an impact. Um, but
But that's crazy. We in the era where playing hard is not a prerequisite of playing and
I'm
playing
trying my
basketball.
best just to. I guess you got to highlight it when we see it. That's why, like, what was it last night, night before, whatever. It was so crazy watching, them two young teams rumble with the Spurs and the Pistons.
Yeah,
It's fun watching them get after it because you trust you. Because like that's possible. It's there. Those young cats are here today. Just this is why, like I said, I just want to see them, see what it looks like. Because
but
this has been tough. Go ahead.
no, you're right. I agree. But both teams also got otherworldly talents on both
Yep.
sides.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Yeah.
franchise,
Hmm.
Wemby, Cade,
Hmm.
Stephon, Duran. They got some, like think about it. No disrespect to the guys on the Wizards, the best player probably. I mean, if you take AD and Trey away, I'm just talking about before they came. Sar is probably the guy. He might be the third, fourth option on both of those teams. You see what I'm saying? But before AD and Trey came, he's obviously the first. So that's the difference. They got guys that's ready to go, and them young boys hungry. They like we want it now. Why we gotta wait? So that like that urgency. I want to see with the Wizards after this
Yep.
season. Like Wemby, you could tell it's a sense of urgency because he flirted with it possibly being all gone, just like that. The blood clot thing that set him out last year. So he came back on the mission. Like I don't, I understand tomorrow's not promised. The next year or
Hmm.
whatever in my career is not promised. I'm giving it everything I got right now, so I have no regrets. You know what I mean? And once things, God willing, settles down with the Wizards and they actually maneuver the team moving forward towards trying to win, whoever's here, they gotta have that same urgency. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only way you're gonna change it around. You got to. That's how you reestablish a winning culture, a culture of accountability, a culture of um, whatever it takes to win. And like we just highlighted three players from the Wizards game tonight, Will, Jameer, and Champagny. They exemplify the intangibles and that urgency. Like no matter what the outcome is, the situation, I'm still going to play hard and do my job. And those are the guys you
Hmm.
kind of want to be on the roster when everything settles down and they get back to let's try to win, man. That's the only way they're gonna get out this mess, man. Because um, it's nasty. They're not the only team, but it's nasty. It's nasty. And you see Adam Silver, you seen the reports. They fed up. They fed up. He looking like David Stern. He sounded like David Stern in these reports. So I'm pretty sure those teams he was talking to aren't the only teams he was talking to. You know what I mean?
Right.
The voice just ain't came out yet. So yeah, it's just not good, man. It's just not cool. And honestly, certain players like we just highlighted Wizards, they gonna give it their all. Let's be real. That's not gonna be the case for all these young players. Some of these young players gonna be done up here. They
Yeah,
gonna be done. Like they gonna need to change the scenery because that's all they know. And that's the bad part about this tanking thing. It's easy to say that, but it wears on you. It wears on you when you don't win a lot of games, man.
for sure. And like I said, that's the best way to describe it is the sense of urgency. I look forward to that, just to seeing that around here on a regular basis. Um, I'm gonna wait through the rest of this season, but yeah, uh, we'll see what it looks like. We'll see you guys several more times this week. So you guys have a great evening. We'll see you guys Thursday.